Despite a Russian ceasefire, the United Nations human rights chief has described Aleppo as a slaughterhouse, saying the siege and bombing of eastern districts amount to war crimes. He didn't specifically mention Russia, whose planes have supported the Syrian Air Force. In a video speech to the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva, he accused all parties of violating international law.
Armed opposition groups continue to fire mortars and other projectiles into civilian neighborhoods of western Aleppo, but indiscriminate airstrikes across the eastern part of the city by government forces and their allies are responsible for the overwhelming majority of civilian casualties, and these violations constitute war crimes.
Russia has announced an extension of its ceasefire until Saturday evening. It says the pause is to allow civilians and fighters who lay down their weapons to leave Aleppo. The foreign minister says he suspects the West wants to protect a Syrian militant group. Jabhat al-Nusra and other organizations that cooperate with them are sabotaging the UN efforts, backed by the Russian and Syrian governments, to set up humanitarian supplies in eastern Aleppo. The routes that such humanitarian aid can go through are being directly shelled. The UN said medical evacuations hadn't begun as hoped on Friday because of a lack of security guarantees and agreement with all sides. It wants to use the Russian pause in the bombing to evacuate the sick and wounded. Many people are understood to be reluctant to leave.